Welcome to another edition of Ask the AD. Brian Smolder with Athletics Director Gene Taylor, here to answer your questions from the fans as well as some news and notes regarding K-State athletics. I think we'll start first with not K-State specifically, but the Big 12. Big 12 AD meetings just recently. It's, I guess, what can you update us?
It was our fall meeting with our SWAs, senior women's administrators, and our faculty athletic reps, and we meet kind of separately, and then we come together. Nothing real heavy lifting. Just a lot of updates on some conference rules and regulations that we're adjusting. Travel size, and one of the things we talked about: do we adjust our football travel size for away games because of the new redshirt rule? We didn't do anything with it, but we just those kind of conversations. Still a lot of conversation about the transfer rules and how they're going to affect. What are we going to do as a conference? Updated a lot of national things, the legal cases that the NCAAs is facing right now. And so just a lot of just more updates. But we did vote on a few things, but nothing earth-shattering.
Well, I guess in some respects, that's, as we've said a couple of times, that's good news. That there's no earth-shattering stuff coming out of there.
Yeah.
Out of that, it is football season in the midst of it, and I know you've heard a lot from K-State fans. I suppose we start there in the sense that it's good that people are passionate about it. I mean, the worst thing, perhaps more than negativity, is apathy, and there certainly isn't that.
No, there's not, and that's, I've talked about that before. I love the passion of our fans and really the love they have for our program, and they care a great deal. And then when we're, not playing well or not playing up to our expectations, I hear about it, and whether it's through Twitter, I do read Twitter, and I follow Twitter, and I do get emails. And at this time of year, when you're not having those expectations, most of the emails they show how much they care about the program, but they share their concerns as well. And there's nobody that's more frustrated or concerned or want to get this thing turned around than those coaches and those players. So as much as the fans are, trust me, I'm out at practice. I see the hours they put in. Nobody wants to do this more than the players and those coaches. And so, I understand their frustration. Well, we all are, and we're going to do everything we can to get it turned around.
And hopefully people will still come to the games and enjoy the experience of being at games. This weekend, Cats for Cans, and asking everybody to bring a can donation or cash donation, if you like, prior to the game.
It's a great cause, and it's something our student athletes have gotten behind to help our local community to give back for those in need, and that's a great opportunity to do that. And come back to your earlier point, I'd rather have fans that are passionate and care than apathy, and come to the game and still support our program.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of former players echo those same sentiments as well about that when they were in the midst of it and may have had a down year, there was nothing better than having the fans still knowing that they had your back. So hopefully see everybody at the game this weekend. All right, so it is a big weekend, and we're going to get to some of the other stuff that's going on. But while we're on the subject of football, let's get to our first fan question, which does come from our good friend Scott Wildcat, who has jumped in. And his entire question, he first of all has a little bit of humor there at the start, but he's asking about the beer garden experiment and where we are at. Now, we're only midway through. I know it's not a full season yet, but what's your take on this experiment?
Well, I think we're pleased with it. There's still a lot of learning. Sometimes I think they forget it's there. Some still don't understand that it's open to the general public. It used to be a ticketed event. I know the weather has a lot to do with it, so those really hot games, we didn't get many people there. For the second game, we had a very, very good turnout. It was full pretty much the entire game, so it's going very well. We just need to remind people that it is open for everybody. It is open, throughout the quarters, so you can actually still see a little of the game. We have TVs up there. We have food. So I think the feedback that we've gotten from our folks and the Sodexo folks is it's going very well.
All right. And revenue numbers, obviously, we wouldn't know that.
It's a little early to figure out those yet, but I would say that they're very pleased.
Scott, appreciate the question. Thanks for chiming in. All right, let's stay with Twitter, and this goes to Jacob Pullen and Michael Beasley. A question we've heard a lot, especially with the Madness in Manhattan coming up. When will Pullen and Beasley banners be put up?
Well, it's obviously a great week, great event this weekend, Friday night. I would tell you that Jacob and Michael both are going to have an opportunity to get their banners put up, and I don't think that's a question. It's really more about celebrating it in the right way. One of the questions was, would it go up this weekend? That would be a great idea, but we want them to come to a game. We want them to be here with 10, 12,000 people in the arena. And until they're done playing, we've talked to them about that, and and they can really come back for a game, whether it's at the end of their career or the time when we know they're going to be able to be here. I think that's when we'll have those conversations. But it's not about if, it's just a matter of when and the right timing.
Yeah, Jacob Pullen obviously has been very active on social media about Friday night's event. Looking forward to all the activities surrounding Madness in Manhattan. 8 o'clock is when it starts. Doors open at 7. The event is free, so hopefully a lot of K-State fans in town for that.
Come over from the soccer match and,
That's right.
And watch Madness in Manhattan.
We'll hit on soccer here in a moment. Final question is indeed, it comes from Facebook, and it's about cheerleaders, and it's about K-State competition for cheerleading. Now, this is something, if people aren't aware, this is something that is occurring, and other colleges do participate. K-State's really never done that before. It asks, what is the athletic department doing to help them prepare for this?
Yeah, you know, our coach, Danny, has came to us last spring and said our kids want to compete. They want to have a chance to go to the national competitions, and so we've helped them do that. Invested. We've taken their budget from about 80 million. I'm sorry, about 80,000 to almost double that. We took it to 150,000, and that's going to go so they can go compete in terms of travel. We've given them an opportunity to hire some outside help in terms of tumbling coaches and other coaches. We've hired an assistant coach to do the more administrative stuff so Danny can focus on the coaching side of things. So we've really invested in the program so they can go out and be competitive, which adds another level of ability for those kids to show their talents. And so it's the first year we've done it. We think it'll be successful, but it's really the coach directing that and what her goals are for their team and their program, just like a lot of our other programs.
Yeah, it's another arm of the K-State athletic department, you know, along with support going to the band as well. That all helps in the game day environment, but there is some other stuff going on.
You know, and obviously they bring a lot of energy to our games and to our crowds. They do things for us in terms of promotional events and events outside of our athletic program, and that's all very important to what they bring to our athletic program.
That's a great point. There are a lot of stuff that goes on beyond just game day for their role with K-State athletics. All right, big weekend coming up. You mentioned soccer as well. Friday night we'll have the K-State soccer match against Texas Tech at 6 o'clock, and at halftime will be the groundbreaking ceremony for the new stadium, which will be renamed once it's done, but we'll have the Booster family there as well. I guess your thoughts on that announcement and then the groundbreaking ceremony.
Well, you know, it's always exciting to break ground on a new facility. Obviously, it's a formality now, but in November we'll start the project in its earnest. And you know, the Boozer family has stepped up and really brought a nice donation to rename the soccer facility after it's going to be the Boozer Family Park, which was their request. It'll be nice to have them, you know, here to celebrate that gift. And obviously, you know, do it at a home game and hopefully a win. But just the excitement of a groundbreaking is always a lot of fun.
Man, we've already seen the facility start on baseball. For those that haven't been able to go catch one of the fall baseball games that are free and open to the public, boy, small changes, but a big difference.
It really is. I walked in there just a couple of weeks ago, and it just really almost it's striking how much those changes have made the improvement of the look and feel of the infield and the outfield. It just looks clean and crisp and almost like a professional facility. Not that it wasn't before, but it's taken. And then when we add the new renovations, it's really going to help baseball a great deal, as is the soccer facility.
Yeah, new coats of paint, kind of a green added twist to that stadium and the bowl.
The bullpens are awesome. If you're a pitcher and you're going to sit in the bullpens, it's a great opportunity for them.
Love to see you out here at a football game. We got soccer this weekend, Madison, Manhattan, of course, baseball with some fall World Series games that are open to the public and some scrimmages as well. Gene, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the questions as always.
And of course, keep them coming. You can tweet right at Gene Taylor. You can see his in the bio of this very video piece. You can see his handle and where to tweet those questions and comments. And then we'll do it again here in about a month. For the Director of Athletics, Gene Taylor, I'm Brian Smoller. Thank you for watching Ask the AD.